these last night while having the opportunity to win? What got you the win here today?
Well, we had outstanding energy and effort, and then in the end we had some adversity where they came back and took the lead, and we were able to, we were down 2 at a timeout. We called the play, they executed, we scored, tied it back up, and then we went up like 67-60. And from that point on, we had control of the game again. And our defense and our effort was just outstanding. And in the beginning, our energy was outstanding. And we just came ready to play. And it was a great win to get a playoff win against this team, who was an outstanding team, and they've been playing well. When you look at it, it's playoff basketball. We shot 39%, and they shot 36% from the field. I looked at the stats and I was like, how did we win? You know, they had 25 fast break points to 2. They had 50 points in the paint to our 30. We made some threes and we made our free throws. And I thought, you know, our defense, especially down the stretch, was outstanding. And when you make hustle plays and you make teams miss on the break, and then you get the ball and come back, that's huge. As tight as the games are. I thought Thad bounced back and played extremely well. Joe didn't want to come out of the game just for a little bit of rest, and you know, those 3 guys, Brook, Thad, and Joe, all played yeoman minutes. But you know, in the second half, in the third quarter, after we lost the lead, I made up my mind that I was going with those guys and I was going to piecemeal rest them, and I did, and they were able to get the win. But down the stretch, when I took Brook out and went smaller, we executed defensively 3 different times, which was huge out of timeouts, where they tried to run a play where they back screen to the corner. We got that one. We got another one knocked out of bounds. We switched. We didn't foul. We didn't give up threes.
Can you elaborate a little bit more? I mean, defensively, you mentioned it, but to hold them to under 30%, 6% from the field, 20% from
it's just hustle. I mean, it's hustle. I mean, they held us under 40% too. So both teams are scrapping and clawing, and it's just a good series. And you know, we're only halfway to where we need to be, and they just need one win to go back home. So it's important that we come out with the same effort, the same energy, and same execution on Monday.
Lionel, there's been so much talk about Corver in this series, his ability to kind of get loose and get them going. I think you only had 3 shots in the first half. He was 1 for 8 for the game. What did you guys do?
It was a team that just played well. You know, we were ready for him coming off screens. Then he had a couple open shots that he missed. And you know, when you scramble on a team that hard, that consistently, and we've done it too. When you get open, you're rushing your shot a little bit. And I thought we kept the ball out of the paint really good, and we got loose balls. When you don't get loose balls, they pick them up and they throw them back out. I thought DeMarre Carroll did an outstanding job offensively of making shots and keeping them in the game. He and Paul Millsap. But overall, I thought, you know, it was a great game, and we were just fortunate to get the win. I'm thankful.
Can you explain what Bogey's giving you guys, especially tonight? I mean, it seemed like he came out there and was on fire all night tonight.
Bogey hit some big shots early, got us going, and then he hit a big shot later on when he took Corver and pulled up and made a shot in the lane, keep us going. You know, he's been playing well for a long time, you know, and he just didn't shoot the ball well in Atlanta, but he came home and he was ready and he shot the ball extremely well. I thought one of the big plays in the game was Jared Jack's 3 at the top of the key. They tried to go under when Joe was playing 4 and Millsap and Teague or Schroeder, I forget who it was playing cat and mouse, and Jared just pulled up and shot a 3, and you know, kind of gave us like that sigh of relief, like, okay, we can carry this on home.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Can you just speak to the importance of Jeff Teague in this series? He did it with scoring in an earlier game and then decided to facilitate, and that sort of worked out for him.
I can't speak on Jeff Teague. I mean, we're just trying to play. I mean, the guy's a good player. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to talk to Bud about how he's doing, what he's doing. All I know is he's cat quick. We're trying to keep him out of that. And the more often we do it, the better our defense is. You know what I mean? I don't know whether he tried to shoot.
No, I said that wrong. I meant to say Jared Jack, actually.
Thank you for clarifying that. You know, Jared's been good this whole series. He didn't score tonight, but he facilitated very well when we put him in. We were landing a little loose, and he brought some poise and composure back to us, and he made some good decisions. And you know, I like it when everybody's going good. and our point guards are facilitating to the right people, and that's important.
Lionel, how is, I think Darren fell on his tailbone that he was limping a little bit late in the
I
third
don't know
quarter.
how he is. I mean, I have to talk to Tim afterwards.
And then to follow up on that, I mean, you took him out, put Jack in, then you guys went on that 18-0 run. Why do you think that, you know, that group worked?
It's just basketball. I mean, I made more than just that sub. I made a couple of subs. And, you know, when things are not going well, you make subs. You hope that it changes, and tonight it did for us.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you.
I'm done? Oh, okay. Yeah. I missed what you said. No. Just, you know, you had the big lead, blew it, and then you put together the big run after that. What was kind of the key to getting things back in your favor again?
Yeah, we knew they were going to make a run. If you look at all the playoff games, people have had big leads throughout them, and the opposing team has always climbed back into it. So we knew they were going to come back. We knew they weren't going to quit. And it was just a matter of sustaining our energy and going back to what made us successful. And Jay Jack did a great job of coming in, giving us great energy, moving the ball, and getting guys great looks. And defensively, we got back to stopping them and getting the rebound and killing our offensive rebounds.
The offense was very impressive as far as moving the ball around, but more impressively, I thought, was the defense. Can you talk about the effort to clamp down on Kyle Korver, not letting him get in that mood of hitting the threes and kind of...
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. You know, he's been great during this series, and that's something we've gone over a lot in practice, in film, just watching the ways he gets his looks and where he likes to shoot from. And guys like AA, Bogey, they did a great job of challenging him tonight, chasing through screens, staying attached, and contesting it when he caught the ball and making him uncomfortable. They were really practically in his jersey tonight, and I think you could really see that. We've got to be even better at that next game.
Brooke, can you talk about where the spark, came from, in addition to whatever your coach was saying on the sidelines and what you do in practice? I guess, bottom line, you're home.
Yeah. It was so great to be back home. You know, it was tough losing those close ones on the road in the Atlanta games 1-2, but they had a spectacular crowd, and it was fun to play back in that environment. But it was so great being back home, playing with our fans. They definitely gave us a lift, and they never quit on us. You know, when Atlanta made their runs, they were right there with us, still cheering us on. They had our back, and it was a huge lift for us tonight. You know, I want them to be even better on Monday.
Brook, as a whole, you know, coming off all the injuries, just how important has this entire season been for you, just from the standpoint of, you know, proving that you're still healthy and that you can still play?
Yeah, you know, I think I was pretty healthy the majority of the season. I had a little back injury, but that was a blip. A lot of it, I think, was just, you know, we've had a lot of turnover in the past 2, 3, 4 years. You know, so it was good to know the staff, you know, get on the same page with Lionel, and getting to know a lot of the new guys' playing styles. And it's not something that happens immediately. Sometimes it happens quicker than you know, other seasons. But it was a process, and I think we were peaking at the right time going into the playoffs. We were figuring each other out, and we're very confident with where we're at now. We still think we can be even better. Okay. One more.
You were kind of getting closer and closer to them. They won the first 3 of the season pretty easily in the last couple. Did you feel like, you know, this team is not 8-0 better than us, that we're, you know, we're going to beat them at some point?
Yeah, we definitely weren't the same team in those first 2 games at least. You know, we're a completely different team now. And they did blow us out one time when we were really streaking and getting it together. But like I said, we've prepared a lot. We've watched a lot of film, seen what they like to do, and we know they're going to make adjustments. But we really feel we can compete with these guys, and we have a lot of confidence right now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys.
A lot of credit for how they played tonight. You know, I think they came out with great energy. They were very good in the first quarter. You know, created some separation. We were able to come back and, you know, close that gap and take a lead. But then they went on another run, and I think overall our defense, with the exception of the first quarter, we need to play like we did defensively in the second, third, and fourth. And then offensively, I think it's a little bit of combination. They're doing some things well. And then, you know, we need to finish some shots. We need to make some shots. Or you know, we'll end up with, you know, the efficiency where it was tonight. But, you know, a lot of credit to Brooklyn. And, you know, we'll be ready to go for Game 4.
When you say they did something, they did stop
Well, I mean, I think, you know, they're contesting shots, you know, well, I would say, and they're making, you know, a lot of looks difficult, and then, you know, occasionally we got some good looks, and, you know, we're not getting those ones to go down. But, you know, I think their contests and their effort to get to our shooters and, you know, just make our looks more difficult. At the end of the day, that's kind of the most basic, simple thing to defense, and you know, I think they're contesting and getting to us.
I think you started the game like 2 for 10, and you had some of those turnovers. Did you sense at all that you guys were sort of out of rhythm early?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, like I was alluded, I think they came out with a lot of energy and a lot of activity, and maybe forced some turnovers. And I don't think our rhythm, our, you know, pace and all the things that we do, I don't think we started well, and they had something to do with that. So I think we need to come out, you know, better in the first quarter on Monday.
Jeff, you missed a couple of chippies, didn't get a couple of calls, you seem coming through. Is it a frustrating game?
I mean, he's, you know, he wants to do well for his teammates. He, you know, he's competitive, and you know, those are, I think, whether you call them chippies or whatever you want to call them, there are some opportunities that, you know, not just Jeff, but some of our other guys are getting that you've got to convert, and they will. And I think it's, you know, some nights the ball doesn't bounce right, or you don't make some of your good ones, and so I think, you know, there's a certain level of frustration. Just he wants to play well for us, and there were some opportunities, I think, to cut it when he was making some of those plays in the fourth quarter, and it just didn't quite happen for him or for us tonight.
Can you guys wait on the microphone to ask your question?
Are you concerned that you sort of gave another team hope in a game like this, in the series?
No, I think, you know, from the beginning, I think they've been a confident team, and, you know, we've gone out big early. I think the first couple games where we've had, you know, some runs or some positions where we were, you know, playing well, and they've fought back. I think they're a confident group, you know, just like we are, and it's the playoffs. I think, you know, they've played well really for stretches from the beginning, and it's going to be a series.
Your team assisted on something like 67% of its made buckets during the regular season. Do you see the ball swinging around at the same rate in this series?
At times, I think we are moving the ball the way we work on it and want to. You know, I think at halftime we had 13 assists on 15 field goals, and you know, so I think at times the ball is moving and we're getting good looks, and we've got to convert and finish them. You know, at times we have become stagnant, so we're battling a little bit of both. But I think the ball movement at times, like I said, 13 assists on 15 field goals at halftime. We've got to probably make more than 15 field goals, but 13 out of 15 is pretty good. And second half we didn't finish at a rate we need to.
Towards the end of the game there, you went with Carroll over Howell. Just kind of what's the insight there? Is Howell okay?
Yeah, Al's fine. You know, I think we wanted to just give Al a couple minutes, and then there went, you know, a pretty significant period of time without a dead ball. Carroll had made some plays. I think we were in a situation where, you know, maybe a three could, you know, I think it was like a 10-point lead, so we just decided to kind of stick with Carroll and a little more spacing. But, you know, Al's fine, and he just couldn't get back in the game, and then it got to where I think there was 2 or a minute and a half left, and we just stuck with Carroll.
Was there anything that he did against Kyle, or that's just a matter of occasional bad game that anyone has.
Yeah, no, we'll have to go back and look at the film, and I think everybody wants to stay connected to Kyle. Everybody is aware of him shooting, and he managed to get some good looks and some makes. And tonight it didn't happen, and I'm sure there's some credit for them, and we'll have to do a better job for screening and moving and spacing and attacking and get him better looks. All right, thanks.
As a team, you guys have not shot particularly well this series, but today, what are they doing that is causing it?
I don't know if they do anything particular. Look at it, we missed a lot of bunnies, a lot of open layups, a lot of floaters that we don't make. Maybe it's all like focus. Maybe it's something of that caliber, but I don't think they do anything special. But give them credit. Their defense has been pretty good.
You fought all the way back after the start and went up by 4, and then they went up an 18-0 run. And what happened in that for you guys defensively?
I think they came back aggressive. We threw a punch and then they threw another punch. But they came back aggressive and they knocked down some big shots. But our main focus, man, we got to come in and really worry about defense. That's got to be our main focus. Because some nights we might not shoot it well. And tonight we didn't shoot it well. The biggest thing for us is we got to come out aggressive and we got to come out with more physicality.
Do you feel like you let them back in the series?
I don't think so. They're a good team. They're going to compete. They do what they're supposed to do. That's how we look at it. We got another game here. Hopefully we'll figure it out. And I think it's just offense. Offensively we got to focus in on our shots, focus in on our layups. Just defensively, I think we're pretty good. They shot under 40%. Scored 91 points. I think that's enough defensively to win games.
All right, it was a big bounce back game for you offensively. What was different between games 2 and 3?
Just being aggressive. My teammates were finding me. That was the biggest thing. I was getting out and running. Just being the junkyard dog, letting the game come to me. Game 2, my main focus was defense, and I was missing shots, but I always got to come in with defense. I might have had a good night offensively, but defensively, that's what I got to come do. That's what my team needs me to do.
Paul, you all averaged 114 points against the Nets in the regular season. Does the pace of the game feel any different in this series?
That's a main point of emphasis, I think, going into the next game. Not getting caught up into their pace. We played pretty slow tonight. That's not how we play. We play fast, we get up and down the court, run into our pick and rolls. We got caught into their pace tonight. They did a good job of slowing us down. But that goes with what DeMarre said earlier. We got to be aggressive.
Gentlemen, can you please explain for people that are watching what the advantage is of being at home and the difference it can make? Watching you play at home the first 2 games, you look just like Brooklyn. When Brooklyn comes back and they're at home, and I'm wondering if you can just give us an idea of what that's really like for people who don't understand that.
Home court, when you go home, you look for your fans to come out and support. And that's what the Brooklyn people did. The crowd's pretty good. Our crowd is always good in Atlanta, so home court, I guess you're supposed to have an advantage, but the fans really make home court advantage. But they did a good job tonight. Like Paul said, Brooklyn did what they needed to do, what they're supposed to do, and we just got to look forward to game 4.
33 pointers, is that a function of being behind, or is that too many?
Personally, I think we settled a lot. It was a stretch where we were shooting straight jump shots. And we shoot a lot of 3-point shots, but it's not the 3-point shots that we shot tonight. Normally we drive hard, either get fouled, kick it out to open shooters. This time I felt like we settled for a lot of jump shots.